Hey everybody, just want to share a quick little insight from my City Journal Conference this morning. While I was working out at the gym, I was listening to the April 1932 Journal Conference, and David O. McKay was speaking, and he touches one of the third rails in the church, and he was talking about the influence of bad teachers in our education system. And in his talk, he flat out was like, I can do this because I am a teacher. And he calls out the fact that many teachers, or maybe not even many, just some teachers is all it needs, that some teachers are actively trying to destroy the faith of our youth. This is 1932. And the example he gives was how one kid came to him being like, my teacher said that fasting was this old archaic thing and it's not actually good for you and it's just like a really dumb tradition, and it started to destroy his faith. And he goes, this is just an example. And then he goes in to talk about the fact that the faith of our youth in our systems is vitally important to the perpetuation of our society. And when teachers think it's their job to destroy faith, they cross over a line. And he says that it's important that we have faith both in business, our country, and ourselves, as well as our religion. And I thought that was quite interesting, because what do you mean by faith in business? That's faith in the capitalist system. And a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, what do you mean faith in the capitalist system? Capitalism is the only system on earth right now that would be able to allow Zion to be restored within it. The prophets and apostles have said that if a socialistic system was to take over, God, out of necessity, would have to overthrow that government before Zion could be established. Capitalism is not the perfect system, but it is the system by which you have the ability to fully live the gospel and have the ability to then build Zion on top of it. Zion and the law of consecration have the underpinning and the foundations of a capitalistic system, and we see a lot of people who attack that. Now, going back to David O. McKay, he talks about the fact that these teachers are destroying these underpinning faiths within our society, the faith in the capitalistic system, the faith in our governmental system, the constitutional government, mind you, and then faith in religion and faith in self. And he talks about the fact that this is not right. And he then says the reason he's talking about this is not just to attack teachers. It is to raise the voice of warning to parents and to the teachers in the church that they need to step up to the plate to counter the influence of bad teachers. Now, this is a third rail in the church, because a lot of good teachers are members of the church, and a lot of members of the church teach within our public education system. I am not saying that every teacher is bad, but what I am saying is if in 1932 it was bad enough that David O. McKay would stand up and say, guys, this is a red flag, I can't even imagine how he'd react in 2025 with how much gender theory is being pushed down our kids' throats.